Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is all about Etsy. So if you don't know, I run my own Etsy shop. I sell postal brownies, blondies, and I also do a couple of spreadsheet packs which I've created. So I'm going to be showing you everything that I know about Etsy, some mistakes that people make, as well as showing you how to make your own listings and how to set up an account. So we're going to start with how to register, how to set up your listings, and then I'm going to walk you through my shop and tell you about everything that I do on my shop in particular that I have learned from just research and watching videos, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be telling you all of my tips and tricks, and hopefully this is interesting for you guys and useful for those of you that are thinking about starting an Etsy shop. So we're going to get right into it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we're going to get right into the video. So we're going to start with registering a Etsy account, and then we're going to go through listings afterwards. So I've got my computer up, and like most of these videos, if you have seen them before, I'm just going to be in the corner walking you through everything, and I'm going to be bringing up my screen so that you can see everything that I'm doing. So we are recording. So if you go to Etsy and then you've got your U account up here, if you scroll down to the bottom where it says sell on Etsy, this is if you register a new account on Etsy. So I've just done a new one so that it will let me show you all of this. So then it brings you to this seller page. So if you scroll down, it gives you some little tips and just information, and then at the bottom here it says open your Etsy shop. So we're going to click that, and then it asks you for all of this information. So this is how you set it up. There's 5 sections, and we're going to start with this one. So we've got English as the language. Obviously set it up for yourself. I'm just going through how I would answer these questions. Then we've got United Kingdom, British pound, and then depending on how much time you're spending selling, you'll need to answer this question. So selling is my full-time job. It's part-time, but you hope to make it full-time, which kind of gives them an idea that you are trying to make it into a full-time business. Or there's I sell part-time, and that's how I like it, so it means that you're definitely going to keep it as a hobby or like as a part-time thing. And then there is other. So on my account it's part-time, but I hope to sell full-time. But obviously I do the cakes and like occasion treat boxes and stuff like that, so it won't ever be full-time because that is my full-time. But I put that because I kind of wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I don't think it matters too much. So we're going to put sell as a part-time. Then you move on to naming your shop. So I named mine Sweet Things by Amy. That's because that's my business name. If you are only selling on Etsy and maybe you don't do cakes, or you know, if it is something that isn't relating to baking, so then you wouldn't have had to register as a business, then you'll need to check the availability of the name. So I don't know, if you type in, what could we do? Getting personal. This is literally just something I've thought of off the top of my head. So I'm thinking of like personalized gifts, because you wouldn't need to register a business for that, so obviously the name might not be available, whereas mine, I had to come up with the name prior to doing my Etsy shop. So it's not available, so it gives you some options. So you've got getting personal crafts. We're going to add an L in there. And that's available. So we're just going to move on. Then we've got stock your shop. So you can add listings at this point. So I'm just going to go through this. I will show you my listings, which are obviously filled out, but this is the layout. So you've got photos, then you can add videos as well down here. I don't actually have any videos on my listings, but I'm planning to, because I recently took some videos of my products, so I need to add them in. Then we've got title, and then we've got about this item, so whether you make it or whether you outsource it. So say you buy a product from somewhere, a manufacturer, and then you sell it on with your own sort of personalised touch to it, then you would need to put that another company made it, or yeah, just answer that question accordingly. So for me, it's I made it. Then it's whether it's a finished product or whether it's a material to be used on something else. So then there's also when did you make it. So like for my spreadsheets, I've got 2020, and then for my brownies, it's made to order. Then you give it a category. You can literally put anything. So mine's baked goods, and then you can just choose filters for it. You can add colours if you like to, if it's relevant. Then you can have occasions. So like if you're doing some kind of Christmas based thing, then you could select that. I don't actually think they have a Christmas one. That's the only one that they don't have. So then you have renewal options. So you can either have it as a automatic renewal or a manual, so it means that when it expires you'll have to go on there and relist it. Otherwise Etsy will just do it automatically, which is what I do, just because I want to always sell these items. I don't want them to run out at some point, so it's easier for me to do it that way. And you get charged 20 pence or 20 cents, is it, in dollars? So yeah, it's not very much to list each item, and then there's also fees on every individual sale. So then, depending on whether it's physical or digital, you would select that. Then you have your description. Again, I'll go through my listings because they're all filled out, so I can give you like a template on kind of a layout that you can go for. Then we just have tags, which are very important because that's partly how you'll get found. So it's a bit like YouTube in terms of you want your tags to be featured in your title and description, because then it links the whole profile together, and then when people type it into the search, it will find all 3 of those tags featured in your post and match it to what they've typed in, and then your product or video will come up. So you definitely want to be filling those out, and you want to use all 13. So you get 13 for materials as well. I don't usually use materials because I don't need to put in things like wood or leather, because in my listings where I have the description up here, I put the ingredients in there, so I don't think that I need to put it in materials. Then you've got price, quantity, the amount that you have. If it's something like brownies and you know you can make 5 a week, then make sure that you only put 5, because if they all sell, then you're going to have to make them all. So, and then if it's something like a digital file, you can put 100 in there because it's a digital file, so it gets automatically sent, so you don't have to worry about the stock ever running out. And then there's SKU. So I don't use this box. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I probably should know what it means. I think it's to do with inventory. Yeah. So yeah, it's to do with inventory, and I don't use it because it's not relevant for me. Then there's personalization, so you can turn this on, and then you can insert a little piece of script here, so you can have like gift message, and then they will see it how it shows on the right hand side, and then they can just enter what they want into that box. So that is gift messages. And then digital files, this is where you upload them, and you upload them once. So all my spreadsheets are uploaded once, and then they automatically get sent to the customer when they buy it. So I don't have to do any of the in-between, which is really nice. So yeah, all my spreadsheets are uploaded, and it is one file, and it automatically goes to their Etsy, and then they download it from Etsy. So there's also no hassle with email addresses, because you don't want people to put the wrong email address down and then it's sent to that email and they say, oh, I couldn't find it, or that's not the right email address, because they've paid for it for that email. So you don't really want to be messing around sending it to different emails just in case it is a bit of a scam. So we're gonna go back because can we go back? Cancel. So we're going to, you must create one listing. I don't remember doing this when I did mine, but we're just gonna quickly do this. So we're just gonna pick some random photos that I have on here. Reindeer. I'm not even spelling these right because I don't need to. Made to order. I'm just filling this in with random information just so that I can show you guys what is going on with it. So then down here, which wasn't here before because we had it on digital file, so it's got processing time. So mine is usually, at the moment it's 1 day because I've only got one postal day left before Christmas, so I'm getting things out the next day after people buy it. but usually it's 1 to 3 days. So say we put that, and then I always post everything in terms of brownies and like edible items, always first class. It's not free. I charge the exact amount that they charge me, which is $3.70. Then I don't post anywhere outside the UK, and that is that. So that is the first listing on there. So as you can see, that is now on there. It's just a random listing. So then we're on to how you'll get paid. So you would need to put in your bank details. Will it let me? Okay. So I'm an individual, so then you'd select your country where your bank is located. So again, your country that you're based in, your name, date of birth, home address, and then the next part is billing. So you'd literally just put your bank account. It's as simple as that. So I won't go into that because we'll see I'm not going to fill that out for you guys because that would be all my bank details. So that is how you'd register, and then you just keep going and you do save and continue, and then you'd get to billing and you do save and continue again, and then it would show you your shop. So we're going to go on to mine so that you can see how I lay mine out, and we're also going to go into each individual listing so that I can kind of walk you through those. So this is my shop, and I have my Instagram up here just in case anyone wants to check whether I'm legitimate or not. And I've had 30 sales in the past month because I only set this up about a month ago, and I've got my reviews down here, so they show at the bottom of your shop. So these are all my reviews. Have a little gander. So the policies are located at the bottom of your shop. So this is like a general delivery time is 1 to 3 business days, is how soon I dispatch, and then it's just got files are available once payment is received. Then they've got payment options and that I don't accept returns. And then at the top here we have all the listings. I have different sections for mine. Then you can have request custom order. You can turn this off. I've put it on there because if someone wants a custom spreadsheet, I can do it, and if someone wants a particular brownie or blondie that I don't have, then again they can request that from me. Then you've got contact. Admirers is how many people have favorited your shop, which is this little button here. So these filters, as you can see, filter each item so that if someone doesn't want to look at, say, my spreadsheets, for example, then they don't have to. So this is the overview, and we're going to go into my listings. So I'm going to show you one of each. It's logged me out, so I need to log back in. So back into Shop Manager, listings. So this is how your listings look, and this is your dashboard. So it tells you how many views, how many visits. Views is to your shop, and then visits is actually clicking on a listing. Then there's orders, how much revenue you've made that day. Then down here you've got a little recent activities, which I love looking at. So it shows when people have favorited particular items, which means that when there is a change made to that item, they'll get notified. And then anyone that favorites your shop, every time I add a new listing, they will get told about that. It's a bit like when someone likes your photo on Instagram. You'll get that kind of notification saying Sweet Things by Amy has added another listing, and then you can go and check it out. So yeah, this is kind of the updates. At the bottom there's a checklist, but I've done everything on it, so I don't need to do anything. But usually it will say like add photos to your listings, finish this listing if it's saved as like a draft. So yeah, and then it tells you your new orders, active listings, and anything that's sold out. I've only got one thing that's sold out. I think that was a particular listing that I made for someone, so I always keep the stock constantly going. Nothing ever properly sells out, if that makes sense. So we're going to go into one of the brownies, and then we'll go into one of the spreadsheets afterwards. So this is one of the brownies. So I only recently learned this a couple of weeks ago. in relation to a bit like the algorithm of YouTube, having your tags match your title and your description. So I recently changed all of mine. It was still set up, and obviously I can still tell you my tips, but there's definitely a few more things which I learned in the past couple of weeks which are useful. I will need to change this because when I'm filming this, it's currently the 17th, so I will need to take that because that is the last posting day, so I need to take that one out. But basically, I've got plenty of photos to choose from. I think this is such a good thing to have because people want to be able to look through. So as you can see, I've got a variety of photos to show off the brownies that I make, the different toppings, so that people can see. And I also show them in the boxes so that people can see what it's going to look like when it arrives. So they get that kind of sneak peek kind of thing. So I'm going to quickly pan down to the tags so that you can see. I've actually got 3 left, so I need to fill that. I think I haven't saved that because I definitely didn't have 3 left when I changed them. So tags is anything relating to the listing. So you want to do tag research. So I'm going to use an example. So this is another thing that I did. So if you want me to go into more detail about this, let me know. So large brownies, it comes up with, a bit like YouTube when you're checking keywords and tags, it comes up with 162 results. That is not very many. So it's more likely for my brownies to get found in that. Whereas if you pick something that has, it's same as Instagram hashtags as well. Like if you choose something that has 1 million posts, it's very unlikely someone's going to find you. So as you can see, which is quite surprising, I am the 3rd row down. So that's quite good because you want to be on the first page because then people are going to see. So people can see my brownies there, they can see another batch of my brownies there, another one, a 4th one. So I have 4 products on the front page, which is good. You want that. So that means that my tags are doing well because the more Etsy promotes your listings, the more sales you'll get. But it is more likely to promote your listings if you have these 3 things. So that is having your tags done and having them relevant to your listing. So we've got large brownies in there, we've got brownies by post, letterbox brownies, chocolate brownies, that kind of thing. So if we go to my title, we've got large triple chocolate brownies, and we've got postal brownies, lockdown brownies, and then this is also in here. So I need to add these in because I don't know why they haven't saved. So I'm going to do it now. Postal brownies and triple choc brownies. I can't remember what I want the other one to be, so we're going to save it as that. So then we also mimic that in the description. So we've got delicious triple chocolate brownies delivered to your door. It's meant to be relatable and you kind of want it to sound like someone's talking to you. That's the way that I like to read a listing. I don't want to read it as if it's telling me information. So the first part is always kind of a relatable part. Then the information below, that can be just information. You don't have to act like you're speaking to someone when you're doing that. But I just like this first section to be like that. So delicious triple chocolate brownies delivered to your door, perfect as a gift or as a chocolatey treat. You can add a gift message to your loved ones, 4 generous portions with a choice of the same flavour or mixed. As brownies are made to order, presentations may vary from the photos. You have to say this because if someone, and there will be someone, receives it and they say it doesn't match the photo, obviously it's very difficult to get them exactly the same each time, especially if you're using different toppings. So yeah, they may differ. So I like to put a disclaimer on there. I've got a section about Christmas post because I am posting for Christmas, so my last day is tomorrow, so I've got a little post on there and it just kind of says my last date before Christmas and then when I will start posting again, because there's quite a few bank holidays. I'm not starting until the 29th because otherwise it's going to end up getting delayed because there's like 3 bank holidays in 1 week. Then I've got a section about delivery. So these again are kind of terms and conditions without it saying terms and conditions. So it's like delivery, and it's telling you when your order will be dispatched and about delays because of COVID and Christmas. I've also got in there that I've set postal days, which is Monday and Wednesday, because I don't want I don't want food items to be held over the weekend because that just affects the quality of them, so I don't want them to be held over the weekend. So I post Wednesday latest, hoping that it should be with you by Saturday, and then I won't have any holding issues, and I haven't actually had any yet. So even with like the delays and stuff, I've never had anyone have them held unnecessarily over the weekend. There was someone that wanted some by Monday, and I posted them on a Friday and they got there Saturday, which was surprising because that was around Black Friday. So luckily they weren't held over the weekend because they're not kept in a fridge or anything. So yeah. And you want to tell them how they're meant to store it. Obviously, if this isn't relevant to you, just ignore it. But this is for the bakers. So storage, you need to say this because if someone comes back and says, my brownies didn't taste good, they were really soft, or you know, they needed to be put in the fridge, then you need to kind of spell that out to people, so that it's a bit like when you give a cake and you tell someone not to put it on the seat or not to put it on their lap. It's just so that it covers you. So by having it in the listing, it covers you. So I always say place it in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour so that they can firm up a little bit. I say that they are to be kept in an airtight container because, again, if someone doesn't keep them airtight and then they go dry, that's not my fault. And I put a little bit about, because I have a 5-star hygiene rating, I put made in a 5-star hygiene kitchen that handles allergens mentioned below, and I also put that we are a registered and insured business. So I've got down here that I don't cater for food allergens. I only cater for these if I'm making something that isn't postal, because if I'm making 10 brownies at the same time, I can't deal with allergens. So when I make allergen orders, I always make sure it's the only thing that I'm making that day. So that's why I don't do it for any postals. So then I've got the ingredients that it contains, and then allergens, which are in capitals. And then I've just put another in capitals, not suitable for anyone with allergens, because you'll be surprised how people skim past descriptions. So it's nice to have it laid out in a good way that people can hopefully read it. Then I've just got for more information, please message me. So as you can see, so I've actually got this as a manual. I thought I had them all as automatic, but I've got them as manual. They end in April, so it's plenty of time anyway, but I will probably do it so that I can then automatically renew them in future. So my section, I've got baked goods, and then like I say, the tags, you want to do your research and you want to get low numbers. I would say between 100 and 1,000. I wouldn't do any more than that. If you have the odd one that's 1,000, like over 1,000, then that's fine, but don't have all of your tags over 1,000. So all of mine are nice and small, so it means that people should be able to find them. Ingredients, you can put the ingredients in your brownies. I think it's quite a lot of hassle, and no one, I mean, I never, if I'm looking for like sweet treats, I never filter by like eggs. So I'm not going to put them in the ingredients because then people can filter by that, and I don't bother with that, but you're welcome to. Then I've got price, so £12, and then the quantity, this is 5, because if everyone orders those 5, then I need to make sure that I can actually make them. Then down here you just add your flavours, so you can edit variations and just add in as many you like. I will show you one of my other listings because prices can vary for each flavour. They don't for this particular box, but they can. Then we've got personalisation, so please enter any gift messages, so then people can if they would like to. Then I've got a delivery profile, which is this, so you can save this and then you can select it for all of your orders. So 1 business day, that is the current situation because Christmas, but it will be changing back to 1 to 3 days. And then we have Royal Mail First Class, the price, fixed price, and the carrier, and then you just save the profile. There we go. And then publish, because I made a change to it. And then one of the other ones, which has the vegan one. So just to show you the price variations, so all you do is you tick this box here, and then this is what it looks like. So a plain brownie with no chocolate drizzle, £9, chocolate drizzle 10, and then when it has toppings like biscuits and things, it goes up to 11. But again, that just depends, you can add variations if you want to. So that is that. Now I'm going to show you one of the digital listings so that you can see how it works. Digital has VAT on it, so every price that you see here is not going to be the same as on your actual shop. And just to confirm, so for any buyers and also for any sellers, the seller does not receive that extra money. That goes straight to Etsy. They take it at the point of sale. So when I've had one message, I haven't had any more than that, but I had to explain it to someone. So a customer asked, why does the price change? Like, is this an issue on your side? And I said that is Etsy taking VAT. I don't get any of that money. So when you buy it, I have to put the price up because otherwise I'm then out of pocket. It's because it's a digital file and people can be buying it from anywhere, so the VAT rates may vary. But in the UK, as you can see, so this is £15 and then it shows as 18, so it's £3, so it's not too bad. And I mean, people are buying it, so they don't mind that it's £18. Obviously I don't get 18, but it means that they don't mind it. I also want to show you how it looks from the customer's point of view. So we're going to go into it this side. So as you can see, you can add photos. So I've added text over these to make them a little bit more interesting. And it's also so that people can't copy it. And then you also have a thumbnail here which you can adjust like so. So then we have all of my tags in my title and also my description. So digital planner, file template, order book, costing, budgeting, all of that. And as you can see, that is all included in my title. So this is more of, because it's a digital file, it's slightly different. So this one's actually got automatic renewal. It's just some of the brownies that I haven't selected that on. Not deliberate. I would prefer to have automatic, so I need to go through and change that. It's a finished product. I made it and it was made in 2020 because it's something that is already made, not something that is made to order. Then I've selected logos and branding just because I find that's the best section for it. Then in my description you can see how it changes because it is not a edible product. It's slightly different. So again, we've got struggling with your new catering business. Well, this pack has everything you need to start your business and get organised. So it's kind of relating to the buyer so that it kind of draws them in. And then after that, you can have all of the boring information, which they just read through, check that they're happy with, and then they can buy. So it's got what the pack includes. So I've got a kind of bullet point style section where I just list everything that is in this pack, and I also say how many pages the instructions are, because if people do want to print them, then at least they'll know. I've also got a little bit of info about licenses, because if you do not have like a Microsoft license, then again, that's not my fault, because you will have to pay extra for that. So that also covers me. I have T's and C's at the bottom here just because they are digital files, so it's a little bit more complicated. So I've just got a bit of information saying these files come with instructions, how to fill them out, and that I'm planning to do a walkthrough on my channel. Haven't done it yet, but it is coming. Then the spreadsheet and Word documents are fully customizable, and you're able to change things like fonts, colours, columns, logos, and more, because some people might not be very tech savvy, so they might not know that, so I like to put that in. Then I've got how to order, just so that people know how it works, because again, it is a digital file, so some people get a little bit confused on how they actually get it. So I've put a little step-by-step. Again, it takes a couple of seconds to write this, so it's just easy to add in rather than getting messages saying, how does it work, how do I get my files? So I've just got make sure the quantity is 1, because obviously once you download it, you can duplicate it as much as you like if you really wanted to, so you don't need more than 1. Then we've got add your basket and check out. Once the transaction is complete, you'll receive a confirmation email / message from Etsy. Then this order will be available to download directly from Etsy immediately after making payment, because again, once you made payment, as long as it's gone through, you can go on Etsy and download the files immediately. Then any questions, let me know. And the T's and C's is just to cover myself. So it says that please read them thoroughly before purchasing, And then the first one is these files are templates that are fully edited. Can be fully edited. I thought I made a load of mistakes then. That can be fully edited using Excel and Word. If you do not have the correct license to edit these files, I am not held responsible, because again, I don't want people saying, you know, I didn't know that I couldn't edit these, because, you know, you have to have a license. You can't, you can use a free trial and edit them and then print them, but you need to hold a license, which I do myself. Then number 2 is make sure you double check the email address you hold an Etsy account with, as this will be the account the files are sent to. So whatever account you're buying this on is going to be the account that you download it from. So you need to know your passwords, your email, because if you forget, that's the only account that it can be recovered from. So and then 3 is just to again cover myself. This file is not suitable for resale once purchased, as this goes against regulations. So you can't buy it and then sell it on, basically. So again, we have the tags, which are reciprocated in the title and the description. Then we have price, which doesn't include VAT, so you need to work that out, because if you say I don't want to be charging more than 20, but I want to get £18, then you're already going to be over. So you need to work out how much money you want, but I didn't want to make it too expensive to the customer, because they might not understand that VAT is taken, so they're still paying £18 even though I don't get that much. So that's why I tried to make it reasonable. I've got 15 on here, just because currently 20 people have it in their basket and it's just been sat in there. So the way it works is if I have 15 in there, it means that when people go onto the listing, it will say 20 people have this in their basket, but there's only 15 available. So it kind of prompts people to kind of get a move on and buy it. Then at the bottom here, you can see that I've uploaded the documents. So when they then go into Etsy, once they've bought this, it will have these files and they can download it. So this is what the listing looks like from the customer's point of view. So you can see the reviews under here. I actually had the loveliest review from someone that watches my YouTube. She said, I just want to say I think you're amazing. I will be filling out my registration forms tomorrow, and hopefully with your videos and now this listing, I'll have the paperwork up to date for whenever my inspection is. I thought that was really nice. So thank you to Emma, because that was really sweet. So you can flick through the photos and see what is available. It says 30 sales and 5 stars there. It's got your title, tells you that it's in stock, VAT included because they charge VAT. Then it tells you that there's 1 PDF and 4 other files, which is Excel and Word. Then this is the description, as you can see. And then down here it says instant download. This will be available immediately and there's no returns. Then it's kind of got like a meet your sellers thing, so it tells you where I'm based. And then yeah, you just add it to your basket and that's about it. So that's what it looks like from that side of things. And then if we go into the brownies, again, this is how it looks. This is slightly different. So I've also got the tray size in here as well. I forgot to say that. The ones that come in trays, I have the sizing of that. But down here, it shows you the delivery, because I've got 1 to 2 days, I think, maybe on this one. So it tells you when you're expecting your delivery, and then not accepted for returns. And then this is how you pick your flavour from the drop down, and then you can add personalisation there, add however many you want to your basket. So yeah, that is how that one works out. Plus postage, it shows you how much postage I charge, and again you can just flick through the photos. So yes, that is all of the listings. If there's any questions, please let me know. If you want me to go into more detail about anything, again, please let me know, because I can do a video on it, whether it's a short one or not. So yeah, I hope that this wasn't too long for you guys. It was a very long video, but yeah, I hope it was informative, because I actually quite enjoyed making it. So yeah, that is everything that I know about Etsy and everything that I can help you with. So like I say, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe and comment if this was helpful, because I want to know whether I've helped anyone, because I do get quite a few messages from people saying like thank you for helping me. So it is really nice when you guys let me know that I've helped you, because it makes my day. So yeah, let me know if I've helped you in any way, because I really appreciate hearing your guys' thoughts. So I'm going to end it here because I keep rambling, and yeah, that is this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing everything I know about Etsy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!